Hello and welcome to CyberMeetUp. Thank you for coming out here right before Vabariigi aastapäev, the birthday of our country. Because I understand that a lot of people have already taken off to some place warm because there's a children's vacation time in the next week as well. So thank you for coming out here, and hello everybody who is watching us online or on demand. We are here one more time in our monthly cyber meetup. This time we have a great lineup of presenters to you here because we're going to be seeing all the young and upcoming startuppers to come up and say what they've been doing for the last 6 months and what are they doing with cybersecurity here as well. Once more, the first hour of this will be also broadcast live, so everybody who's watching us live and on demand will try to actually cut these pitches up into little segments and put them up on our website too, so that people can actually, go and revisit them and see your pitch decks and stuff like that. So everything is about like promoting you as much as we can. But before we begin with the pitching session, we have a recurring segment of our Cyber Meetup event, which we call the Threat Landscape Report. This time we're going to have Kaisa come up and talk to us about it. It's about the document that you see on your tables. This is the RIA's annual cybersecurity assessment. Right now it's in Estonian, and I'm sorry about that. It'll be in English, I promise. It'll be in English next week or the week after. But for most of you who are here in Estonians and Estonian and Estonians, just take one and bring it back to your company, bring it back to your friends and family, your grandmothers and your grandfathers and your little sisters and brothers. They will all get a kick out of that one. So we'll start off with Kaisa. Kaisa, come up here. Here's the clicker. And here's your microphone.
I hope it works. Yes, it does. So, hi, my name is Kaisa. I come from RIA's Analysis and Prevention Department. And I have the pleasure to introduce the new yearbook. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that we have products that we publish on regular basis, daily, weekly, monthly. We used to have quarterly overview as well. We don't anymore. But the Holy Grail product is the yearbook, which we have published yearbooks since 2007. So it's a quite long tradition. And as Lauri said, it's not available in English just yet, but it will be. And when you look at it, you can find the summary of the previous year, threats, challenges, incidents. So all the good stuff is right there on the table. So when we look into it, when we look at the incidents, it was actually a record-breaking year. We had 22% more incidents with an impact than we did in 2022. And as usual, most of those, more than half, are phishing. Surprise, surprise. Also fraud, account takeover, service interruption. So the pie usually looks the same. No surprises there. But we still, as in 2022, saw quite a lot of denial of service attacks. Actually, we had a new record last year, and I will talk about it more in a few minutes. So what we also had were quite a few critical incidents which had a lot of impact. So most of you are probably aware about those. We had some DDoS attacks, we had some data leaks, some software glitches. For example, at the end of the year, data leak, the Asper Biogen data, where almost 100,000 files were illegally downloaded. 10,000 people were affected, their personal data, health data, and also ransom demand, pay or we will publish. So the case is still under investigation. We can't talk about it a lot, but what we know is that, as pretty common, poor cyber hygiene also played part in that case. So we also had another health sector incident, so the mixed up patient data, when at the end of the year, a patient went to look his medical history and found that, wow, it's not mine, it's somebody else's. So there was a glitch in Medisoft company's software, which a lot of general pediatricians use for their work. So this incident has many layers. First of all, who is responsible? Because GPs are responsible for the patient's data. Also, Medisoft knew about the bug since 2018 and did nothing. So it's definitely an incident to remember because there was potential threat to life and health. So, as I said, we had a new record when it comes to DDoSes. In September, almost 84 to be exact, DDoS attacks. And who is behind those? Mostly we see, or a lot of cases, it's hacktivists again, trying to send a message, trying to do harm where they can. So also in January, when we provided Ukraine with the largest amount of military aid to date, and also September again, when the Russian vehicles with Russian license plates were banned. And the similar trend was in 2022, but now we made a new record. So again, year after year, we talk about frauds, scams. This year, with AI, we see that it's continuously getting better, all the threats when it comes to frauds. And scammers, criminals impersonating basically everybody. Police officers, postal services, logistics, trying to make money where they can. Also, at the end of the year, we saw a lot of Facebook Marketplace frauds. They're still coming up, but that was a trend we saw quite a lot. And we still have to talk about business email compromise schemes, which unfortunately still work. They still use the scheme, and it's a thing we still see a lot. Ransomware is not going away. However, we got a bit less ransomware reports, but we saw quite a lot of large companies, large considered by Estonian standards. And what we also saw was that we didn't get as much reports, but criminals actually took some time to prepare the attacks. And those who can pay the quite high fines or demands, they also get attacked. And the thing with backups, you know, they help, but not when they're also encrypted. So when it comes to Ukraine or war in Ukrainian cyberspace, we keep close eye on that. We see that we had more They had more incidents with an impact. However, those incidents which are critical and with an impact or critical cyber incidents, the amount of those fell a bit. So the trend was that attacks were carried out against courts and other institutions which are similar, and most attacked sectors were still the media, telecommunications, governmental and defense sector. So these are the main remarks we took from there. And actually, I think this story from the yearbook was also published in national broadcast, so you can also search it from there. And as I said, we try to predict the future. And what the stars told us, or what we see, is that, as I said, AI, new technologies, still affecting. They will affect, and it will get much worse. As I said, we had quite a few data leaks, and with these incidents, data protection becomes more and more a topic to be discussed. We have elections coming. Actually, for the next few years, we have elections. So this is also a topic that will continue to affect us, because a lot of Estonians, as you know, they use iVoting, and we will keep eye on that. And since 2019, we work together with Estonian Statistics Estonia to measure the cyber hygiene level of Estonian population. And what we saw this year was that people are getting better when it comes to protecting themselves, the privacy of their personal privacy. So we hope that this trend also continues in 2024, and we will find out in September or October when the data comes out. And last but not least, we have the management level. We have talked about companies and how cybersecurity is not a thing only for the IT guys, it's for the management. So we see that this kind of starts to sink in. Management boards are taking the information in, I guess. So we see that something is happening there in a good way. So I had 15 minutes, and I'm quite on time.
Yes, thank you. Give a round of applause, please. All right, thank you very much. And before we go to the startups, we still have time for a couple of questions right now, and then you can ask Kaisa questions later on as well. Please introduce yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, Evgeny. Thank you very much. Could you comment, if possible, about token economy-related crimes? It can be crypto, it can be NFT, etc. Is there something happening there?
The crypto economy. Yes.
Yes, we see a lot of those schemes as well, and I think they were also coming up in the pie in some sections. So there it is happening. Something's happening there. We see it, and we have even given out some warnings about those. So.
Yes, we have, and it's been more of an issue in the previous years, but lately we've bundled it together with a lot of different other frauds, and we see much more of sort of regular stealing from people and defrauding them, not through NFTs and crypto, but just like in a regular way too. Anybody else? All right, thank you very much. Give another applause, please.
Thank you.
All right. Let's put this right there. Nice. So with this, we will begin the phase of how this whole thing is going to go with our pitching process. So we have 7 companies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Everybody gets 3 minutes to pitch Some of you have a slide deck, some of you don't. That's fine. When you come up, there is a clock, a timer. Can we put 3 minutes up there? Let's see if it works. And let's put it go. 58, 57, all right. If that goes down to 0, then I'm going to cut you off. And just try to finish up your pitch within the 3 minutes. And after this, I will come and I will ask you guys if you have any questions to the presenter. And then I'll try to keep this to about like a 2-minute question answer session. And like with Kaisa and everybody else here, there is time later on after the program part is finished just to basically sit down with these people, grab a drink, and then discuss how much you are going to invest in them, and how much percentages of equity you need to get from them for that, and how many clients are you bringing them as well. So you don't have to do this all while they're on stage. You can do this later, as long as you have your, I don't know, checkbooks ready. Is that checkbook still a thing? I'm not sure. But and again, we're going to be recording them and we're going to be sending them out to the entire world so that everybody gets to see what you've been doing and how good you are at doing those things. All right? So, our first presenter is a company called Sentinel X. You're here. Come up stage. Here is a microphone and a clicker.
Thank you.
And let's put 3 minutes.
Which clicker is the one for the slides? The big one?
The big one.
There we go. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the organizers for putting this wonderful opportunity together here. I'm Andy, and I'm here with Sentinel X to talk about active cyber insurance for SMEs. Just to give a quick update on the landscape of things, and for many of you in this room today, the dire situation is no surprise, but some of the latest numbers that I just pulled earlier this week, in terms of the cost of cybercrime, it's going to be just about doubling in the next 3 years. That will be a huge increase. We're also seeing from just the latest report that came out earlier in January this year from the US situation that in particular healthcare and financial sectors have been impacted by huge increases, more than double what they saw in last year in terms of compromises. Now today every company is a target. Bad actors are trolling the web and finding businesses and servers that have vulnerabilities. In particular, what we found from our calls with many companies, big and small, is that in particular SMEs are the ones that struggle with cybersecurity because they lack the knowledge and the tools. So without further ado, talking a little about what Sentinel X does, it can be broken down into 4 components. We help you identify risk factors using automated black box scanning, just as bad actors would, but going a bit more in depth. We'll then help you to reduce risk. We'll give detailed guidance on how to address some of the weaknesses identified. And if you need help, we'll have experts and consultants on hand that can fix those things for you. We'll also have an incident response team. And so if the worst comes to happening, we'll have a team of experts that can come in, limit the damage, get the bad actors out, and restore business continuity. And the last part of this is insurance. So all residual risk that remains will cover by insurance for that total peace of mind. Now you may say, insurance already exists in the cyberspace, and it does, but it fails to deliver. It's a one-size-fits-all solution that delivers a very simplistic risk evaluation. It fails to actually reduce risk. There is no active risk mitigation part, and if things do go wrong, you're on your own to find help. And what this means is failing to increase security means higher premiums, and that's a higher cost for you to pay. What we do differently, the Sentinel-X solution, is we'll establish a continuous safety loop. We'll help to find risk, we'll help to mitigate it, we'll keep a continuous eye on things as they develop. For example, if a password dump is found with your employee in it, we'll let you know. We'll also have an incident response team, and the premiums will be cheaper as a result. Thank you.
Thank you. Keep it right now. All right. First test done. Questions from the audience? Evgeny.
Thank you, Mr. Cool. SMEs, they're trying to save money, right? And probably they will use CIS solutions. So in this schema, why they should choose this solution, or what's the main risk for them?
Sorry, choose the solution over what?
Basically, they are using infrastructure in the cloud, and the cloud provides security, but there is still risk there. What is the risk?
Yep. Okay, so if the applications are hosted, you're using a SaaS product, then there is still room for risk. You will have your DNS servers, you'll have a domain, there is email configuration, things that can turn into vulnerabilities and threats. You can still have, say, the example that I was able to give about your employee's password or credentials being exposed in a dump, leak somewhere that can then be used to compromise your systems. So your footprint is going to be more limited indeed if you instead would rather have self-hosted applications, but there's still risk to consider, and it's existential more often than not to the business to keep those systems running.
Oh, there's 2 more questions.
Hello, Marili. So your ideal client is SME, but what is the profile of the ideal SME for you?
I would say SME is the ideal profile. I think what we found from our extensive and numerous calls with different size companies is that if you are a smaller company, if you are not an IT company, if you don't have a few hundred engineers and payroll, you won't be able to justify hiring a cybersecurity professional on your team with sort of, say, annual payroll budget of 50,000 euros. But you still have existential risk arising from using software solutions and maybe even some self-hosted software solutions that you put up with vendors. So that's the sweet spot where you're not able to bring that expertise in-house, but you still have needs for it.
All right, no, we're not going to take any more questions right now.
We can talk about that last question after.
Able to ask that question later from him, from them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Put it there. No. Right, thank you. No, it's, yeah, right there. So, yes, and this is a good example of how, if you're low on your time with the pitching, you can just, take a question and then just keep on pitching. That's a good job there. Anyways, let's invite up the next company on that list. We have ByteHide. Very good. Come up here, ByteHide. There's a microphone, there's a clicker, there's your slides. Take it away.
I had some numbers and information, but I think that the presentation was better, so I will skip this part. I'm Juan España, but maybe it's easy for you like Jan Esti or something like this. So I'm the founder of ByteHide. On average, the companies use more than 45 security tools, and they have security problems because it's difficult to manage all the information and all this data. So it can cause more than 500,000 losses and cost on losses. And that's happened for a simple reason. Companies want to create secure software, and to create this secure software, they need to manage all of this. Sorry, I don't know how to go there. So it's impossible to synchronize all these tools and don't lose the context and don't lose the data between all the tools that you are using for that. That's why we created ByteHide, an end-to-end security platform that reduced the incident response time in over 40%. The most important thing are two aspects. The first one is that we empower the security team and the developers to synchronize and speak the same lingo. And the most important thing is that we provide context to the full chain. All of this with just one click. Developers can automatize the security in less than 5 minutes, and also don't need to touch any type or any line of code. We are in a growing market, so we focus on application security and mobile security for SMEs. Our business model is super simple. We offer a subscription for the use of the platform, and we have different options. We have more than 1 million developers community. We had more than 200 paying customers composed by SMEs from United States, Europe, and Asia that are protecting more than 10,000 applications right now. That's thanks for this incredible team. We have the perfect balance between technology, sales, and business, and also we have very great advisors. We are not alone. There are more players in the market, but these players are focusing in the cloud part, and which is very different because we are focusing in the distributed software, such industrial software, mobile applications, and IoT, where nobody is covering this today. In 2022, we started with our first MVP, our first product. After that, last year, we started to gain traction and generate revenue. We created our MVP, and we raised our first pre-seed round with Startup Wise Guys, Big Sur, that is an important VC from Spain. And this year, we are growing the platform and expanding our team. So if you are interested to talk more about ByteHide, you can get my LinkedIn here, or we can talk later. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That's incredible timing there. That's incredible.
Yeah,
You practiced, right? Okay.
I tried.
So we can take a couple of questions. Oh, back there. Let me walk over there. Please introduce yourself and ask a question.
Hi, I'm Josep from RIA. I was curious about your claim of 30 or 40% incident response time decrease. And to follow it up, if we get this solution, does that mean the enterprise doesn't need their own incident response?
What? Sorry, I don't know. What do you mean?
You first claimed that your solution can cut down the incident response time by 30 or 40%. It was. Could you elaborate on that? How do you decrease that?
Because we synchronize all the data that you have in the in your cyber risk assets or something like this. So when you have a problem in production environment, because we are focusing on distributed software that don't have control about the environment, we are ready now about the security of your code and the security of the previous steps. So that's why we can directly link the problem that you had at this moment with the root of the problem, and we can directly show you where is the real problem, and you can respond more quickly than if you have different tools and you need to find the. I don't know if that's answer your question, but
The other part was, would that enterprise not need an incident response team of their own?
yeah, but we are focusing on SMEs.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good. You'll pick this up later, I suppose, because this is an important question. Any other questions from the audience right now?
Sorry?
What is the definition of application security?
What?
For a small child, I want to explain what it is, application security, what it is.
Yeah, for us, application security is everything that you need to manage to create a secure software, to deploy this secure software, and to maintain this software secure in our environment. So in this case, we are combining the different techniques like software composition analysis, software analysis with obfuscation to try to prevent the reverse engineering or to steal your intellectual property, and also to monitorize this software in the environment that is running. Like if you know about the concept of runtime application self-protection, something like this is like a microagent that is inside of your application. So for us, it's everything. Everything is important because if you have a very good designed application, but you have problems in an environment that you can control, also you have a problem, a cybersecurity problem. So for me, it's that.
Thank you very much. Give it another round of applause. Applause, applause, applause. And we're off to our next one. The third one here is Complok. Complok is here. Good. There's a microphone right there. And there are your slides. There's 3 minutes on the clock.
Okay, thank you very much for organizing this event, and also we are very grateful that we had a chance to go through the accelerator. My name is Mari-Liis. I'm a founder of Complok. Complok stands for compliance. Okay, so we are not focusing only for cybersecurity risks, but our risk scope is wider, and we are focusing for financial institutions. At the moment, our customers are mainly using Excel for managing their regulatory risks, not only like cybersecurity risks, but entire regulatory risks. So we wanted to help our customers by getting them away from Excel. Because there's a lot of fines imposed to financial institutions, and Excel is not tackling. It's a mess. Excel is not tackling risks efficiently, and also you're spending too much time on low value-added tasks. So we can provide the real-time info about the risks in our platform. So we are not replacing compliance officers who are responsible for managing risks in the financial sector, but we are just empowering them with a tool which gives them a better view about the risks. So we're operating on a business-to-business model. So we have 3 packages, and we are focusing right now for standard customers. So we are not focusing for the big banks, but also SMEs in financial sector. So our team is, in addition to myself, we have 8 members in our team who are all dedicated for managing regulatory risks. In comparison with our solutions, there are also different types of risk solutions available, but they are mainly dedicated for big customers, so there is nothing available, or the solutions which are available are not using that much AI as we are doing it right now for managing their regulatory risks. So we started, we started to build a solution last April. And our first pilot was ready in September. And that was also the time when we came to the accelerator. So during the accelerator, we built the product and launched it in December. And we are in the process of onboarding our first customers right now. That is a very interesting time right now, that we are really converting our existing customer base, and we have a lot of interaction, which is a very good sign for us, especially in the light of DORA, which is a regulation which is dedicated for financial institutions, so they all want to comply with cybersecurity requirements. So it's very interesting and good time for us to be in the market with our new solution. So thank you very much. I can see that he's coming and he wants me to move.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the pitch, absolutely. And there is a question over there. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Jana from Gordon, and I'm interested to hear whether your software can be used for other stuff besides financial compliance as well. I think you mentioned that. And in that case, how much does it cost? So it's non-financial risks. It doesn't actually matter what type of risks. Is it like outsourcing or whatever you call it as a risk? So yes, you can actually assess different types of risks in our platform. However, there is a different methodology which we are applying on different types of risks which we are assessing. Right now we are offering pricing models with 75% of reduction. So it's 250 euros per user per month. And we can see that there is a great interest, which is a very good sign that there is a demand in the market. And people care about cybersecurity.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? I have a question. AI is such a buzzword, and you're like, oh, we're doing this AI based. What do you do AI?
Our dream is actually build a risk management the other way around, that actually machine is asking you questions and AI is helping you to draft the documents. Right now it's a lot of manual work, so you need to fill in the data, but we would like to have some AI assistant which get rid of the manual tasks what people need to do in order to assess risks.
I'm going to have so many more questions to follow up, but not right now because we need to move on. Thank you very much. One more applause, please. All right, thank you. We're going to continue with our next company called Trust Dynamics. Trust Dynamics is right there. Your slides are up there. This clicker is right there. The microphone is right there. Are you good? Let's go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liisi. I'm CEO and co-founder of Trust Dynamics. We are a computer and network security company providing HSM as a service to revolutionize the way businesses take care of their digital identity and utilize digitalization. But what is HSM? It stands for Hardware Security Model. These devices are also called the guardians of the digital world. And HSMs are used to generate cryptographic keys. Also, they ensure secure transactions and digital identities and also authentication. And if HSMs are so crucial for the digital world, the question is, why don't everyone implement these devices? So number one is the high implementation cost. You need to pay upfront for the devices, and you still need to pay for ongoing maintenance. Also, there's complex integration. You need really specific knowledge. And the last, the expertise dependency. You either need to train your people or you need to hire. And the biggest problem is when these people leave. How we solve this? So our solution is HSMAs. We have HSMs in 2 different data centers clustered. And what you get is 1 monthly fee and opportunity to upgrade. Second, quick integration and expert support. And last, you actually don't add any tasks to your existing team. So with Trust Dynamics, you can achieve your business goals without compromising on digital trust. Our business model is that we do have free trial for the test environment, but we charge monthly subscription, and we are focused on B2B business. We also work with resellers and great partnerships. Our market is growing, and we want to start with Baltics and Nordics and become the reseller there. It is a competitive landscape, but we want to set apart with faster implementation, flexible approach, and reasonable price. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Do we have questions in the audience right now? I'm going to go back there first.
Josep from RIA again. I was curious, what's the competition like in that field? There's a lot of market cap unutilized.
What you said, that there's competition and a lot of market unutilized.
I was just wondering, like, what is the competition in that field? Who are your main competitors in that, or is it just untapped market completely?
Oh, there's competition. There's cloud providers, and also we consider HSM vendors as competitors. But like we said, that there's few companies that slowly focus on that, especially here in this region. And there's a lot of services that you can build on that system. So that's why we took the journey.
All right, another question?
I'm just trying to understand the stuff. So we have a company, for example, in all guys bought YubiKeys, and they use it, YubiKeys, physical. So do they need something else? What you can provide? What is add value? Why they should go to you? They're fine, or they still need your service?
You mean crypto sticks? That there's a specific market for crypto sticks, but I believe that as the digitalization and all the digital transactions are growing, it's hard to support it with crypto sticks forever. At least for many SMEs, it's kind of funny to hear the companies ask that, but could we put 10 crypto sticks instead of one HSM? And cost-wise, maybe yes, but is that the best thing to do? So HSMs, they give you the chance to build a secure system with a bit less hassle.
Thank you very much. Another applause, please. We are continuing on our journey. The next company here is Gordon. Do you have, oh yeah, there's
No slides.
All right, and let's put 3 minutes on the clock and then let's go.
Hi, I'm Jana from Gordon. Gordon is a GRC platform that gives organizations back 80% of the time they spend on information security related activities. Let me tell you more about it. So, as you all know in this room, companies need to deal with information security more and more. B2B companies know that it allows them to close deals faster, more deals faster. But many organizations in EU and US are mandated by law to comply with the recognized information security framework like Estonian Information Security Standard. The sad thing is, information security is hard work, takes time. In the last 3 years, we've spoken to maybe 150 information security managers, internal auditors themselves, and they keep telling us about 3 main problems. First of all, audits take a ridiculously long time and a lot of time from them and the wider organization. And it's starting to feel like InfoSec is just moving from one audit to another. Second, it's super hard to get the high-level picture, the big picture of where the company's InfoSec program is, how audit-ready they are. And third, often InfoSec managers feel like babysitters because they keep chasing other members of the organization to get them complete the InfoSec tasks they need to complete. Gordon is a platform that addresses all those key problems and more, because we changed the mindset how organizations do information security. It's not about getting a check mark in one audit this year and then, well, again next year. Information security is about constant work that the company, everybody in the company does every day, all year, right? And once you define your information security program in Gordon, you will have that big picture of where your compliance levels are, where your information security is, and what exactly you need to do next in order to reach your goals. And so, if you are from a company that wants to streamline your information security work, then let's talk. We can definitely help you save time. If your sales teams keep telling you that they can do more sales if you would have a SOC or ISO certificate, then let's talk. We can get you there 5-6 times faster than you would on your own. And if you're one of those organizations in Estonia that needs to do Estonian information standard, then we truly believe that we are the best platform to manage compliance with AIDS. I'm Jana, we're Gordon. Visit our website, gordon.app.
Gordon.app. Right. Thank you. Questions from the audience? We have one from the back.
Hello, Josep from RIA again. I was curious, you said to comply with security requirements. Under that, do you mean like ISO 27001 or which one? Or could you please elaborate on that a bit?
Excellent question, thank you. So Gordon is agnostic to regulations, so you can manage work related to any regulations. 8, of course, relevant in Estonia, but also different ISO regulations, SOC 2, all those.
All right. So wait, let me just ask, how do you do that? Do you just put in like a new set of regulations into one end and then have people put their measures in the other end and see if they're compliant?
Well, some black magic is involved, but basically, yes.
Black magic, all right. And then we have the other ask,
It's provocative, but still. So, electronic voting, is your system can help them as well to make better system?
So, as I said before, one of the biggest problems all organizations have that do any compliance or information security is having visibility into how they are actually doing. And as we all know, more information that you have, the better decisions you can make. So I believe, yes, even e-voting could be made better because they would have more information.
This is basically like the organizations behind those systems all need security requirements that they need to comply with, and thus. Right, thank you very much. Let's give another round of applause here. We have 2 left. The next one is called the Internet Balancing Formula Corporation. Is anybody here from the Internet Balancing Formula Corporation? All right, I'm thinking that maybe they weren't able to reach us here because we haven't gotten too much information about their participation. All right, I just wanted to figure out if if they sent like some representative that we didn't know. Right, cool. In that case, 7 becomes 6. And finally, Fish Bite. We do have Fish Bite here, very good. The slides are up, the clicker is there, the microphone is there. 3 minutes, go up on the timer.
My name is Hendrik and I'm from Fishbite. Our mission is to help organizations prevent successful phishing attacks by changing employee behavior. Why is this a problem? Over 90% of cyber attacks are done via email in some way, and this means that that proper security awareness training could prevent almost 90% of cyber attacks. And phishing is also a growing problem. We see that there are almost 10 times as many phishing sites online as there was like 4 years ago. And in addition, LLMs make phishing more sophisticated and more believable. Many hacktivist groups are using phishing, are using LLMs to carry out phishing attacks. And this makes it easier also to make believable attacks in smaller languages as well. And how do we help? We take company and employee data and create phishing attacks in email, and thereby we can imitate phishing attacks done by hackers that use modern software. and in the same way in smaller languages, like for example in Estonian as well. At the moment we are more focused on phishing attacks in Estonian. If a person falls victim, we give education to him solely about that type of attack. So we eliminate the threat happening in the future as much as possible. If the in the end the company gets weekly and monthly overview, how is the deal and cybersecurity awareness of the employees related to phishing, and this helps to have a more secure overview and take more measures if necessary to change the employee behavior for an organization to become more secure. Yeah, thank you. This is all.
All right, thank you very much. There is a question at the back, not the, well, let's have a new, all right, introduce yourself, please.
Thank you, Tiiu. There is a huge competition in that market. What makes you more competitive in this area?
Yeah, at the moment we see that larger similar services do not focus on smaller languages, as for example in Estonian, and services that most Estonian companies use only test one time per quarter or month or year. How is the how vigilant are the employees, but they do not raise the awareness or educate afterwards that we do. And so there is a gap we see in that.
So basically the training materials will be also in Estonian?
Yeah. At the moment we have about 5 clients, 2 are live and they're receiving Estonian education.
One more question from the back.
Josep from RIA. I was wondering, the training materials, do you have any statistics like from before when you actually did the training to the employees, and how much did they fall for the phishing attempts afterwards? Do you have like a success or performance ratio to give?
Yeah, we launched last week, so at the moment we don't have that statistic.
And final question from here was?
How much does it cost?
If you have under 50 employees, then it's 149 euros per month.
All right, thank you very much. So give a round of applause, please. Put this over there. Now, we did have slots for 7 companies. We found 6. But then a young man asked if he could pitch as well. And I was like, sure. Why not? We have 3 minutes to spare, right? And so we're giving the stage to our surprise guest who I don't even know what the name of the company is, but let's see if he can wow us. Go ahead, take the microphone. Let's put 3 minutes up on the clock and let's see what you got.
Hello, we're Kripke Krapka, a security company focused, let's start with the basics. There is such a thing called FPGA, right? It's a kind of security chip. Oh, actually not a security chip, it's a general purpose computing device. Sorry, I'm kind of getting lost there. And it seems like there isn't much of FPGA expertise, especially when making security devices. Think about it that way. You're going to have YubiKey, right? Imagine if you could actually run arbitrary computation, on a YubiKey. Then you could probably use pretty complex protocols, right? You could do complex schemes and maybe lose a bunch of points of failure, right? Well, FPGA is exactly that kind of thing. HSMs, pretty nice thing, right? But they're overpriced and the security model doesn't hold in most cases. I'm sorry, security theater. But with FPGAs, what you can do is really take something that is fully open source, like a CERN license-based RISC-V core, right? Something where you can run your programs. You can write these programs using cryptographic primitives that you trust, right? And bootstrap your security all the way up from silicon, effectively, right? So that's what FPGA is. So what Krypki does, right? We're a Ukraine-based research team, right? So we've actually set up manufacturing in Ukraine. We take off-the-shelf ICE40, ECP5 FPGA components and put them into USB security devices, completely bootstrap, open core, open hardware, and all that. We also do education programs, because turns out in Ukraine, and as much as in Estonia, in fact, there's very little FPGA talent, which is a big problem because lots of modern military hardware uses FPGAs and remote programming and whatnot. So yeah, it's quite important to get that, let's say, talent in place. So that's what we do in part. It's manufacturing and education. Get FPGAs to everybody, bootstrap security everywhere, and get in a good position, I'd say.
All right. Thank you very much. Get in touch with this young man after this session if you want to know more about FPGAs. We're not going to take questions right now. We'll allow you to network here with everybody else. Thank you very much. So, thank you to everybody who has been pitching. Thank you to the companies who have been participating in the Cyber Accelerator program as well. This first cohort is coming to an end, and we are actually looking for new participants because we still have a possibility to fund and to teach and to mentor another 8 participants, another 8 companies who are in the very beginnings of their cybersecurity companies. If you know some of your friends, if you're watching us right now online and you think you would want to get some help with your company, plus a grant of 48,000 euros over 6 months, then please apply. The application deadline is the 22nd of March, and you can look this up on our website, RIA's website, or our partners at Tehnopol. They are the ones who are actually putting in the whole effort of actually doing the Cyber Accelerator program. The second cohort will begin in April and go all the way up to, I think it's like October or November. And then in November, we'll have another 8 companies pitching in this stage, and you can spend your money investing in them too, right? So keep some of money, don't spend all your money today. Maybe keep some for November, right? Anyways, thank you very much for coming here. And next time we will see you at the Cyber Accelerator. It's it's pretty much it's going to be on Thursday, March 21st. So we welcome you back here. We don't know exactly what the lineup of the speakers is going to be there, but come and find out. Because we'll still have snacks, and then if you don't like the lineup, we'll still there's still something. And everybody who's been watching us online, thank you for watching. Everybody who's here, thank you. Have a good night. And now that the online thing is closed, could all the people who were pitching and all the startups come up here for a group picture? For just a small group picture? Small, tiny group picture.